Welcome back, book lovers, to another exciting episode of Dragons and Spaceships, your go-to podcast for all things trending on Book Talk. I'm your host, Brandi, and today we are diving into an emotional roller coaster that is Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us. We'll explore the novel's powerful themes, the film adaptation starring Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and the off-screen drama that has overshadowed its release. Let's get into it. But before we dive deeper into It Ends With Us, let's take a look at a book that's trending right now. If you're looking for something filled with political intrigue, forbidden magic, and a reluctant heroine's journey, Shield of Sparrows might just be what you need. Let's explore what makes this book so captivating. Shield of Sparrows is a high-stakes romantasy that intertwines political intrigue, forbidden magic, and a reluctant heroine's journey towards self-discovery. Set in a world where gods have unleashed monsters to remind mortals of their place, the story follows Princess Odessa Aquentis. Once overshadowed by her younger sister, Odessa is thrust into a political marriage with Prince Xavier of Tura, and a union sealed by an ancient treaty. As she navigates the treacherous landscapes of Tura, Odessa must confront her own fears with the enigmatic guardian and the looming threat of the Crux migration. The novel has garnered attention for its intricate world building, complex characters, and romance that evolves amongst the chaos and duty. Fans of Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros will find themselves captivated by the slow burn tension and the richly crafted realm Perry has created. But now that we've had a glimpse into the world of Shield of Sparrows, let's shift gears back to It Ends With Us. From forbidden magic to real-world challenges, the emotional roller coaster in Colleen Hoover's novel offers its own kind of high stakes. Let's dive back into the powerful themes and characters that make this story so unforgettable. It Ends With Us follows Lily Bloom, a young woman who has just moved to Boston to start her own life. She meets Ryle Kincaid, a neurosurgeon with a complicated and intense personality. Their attraction is undeniable, but Ryle is clear from the start he doesn't want a serious relationship. Lily's life takes a twist when she reconnects with her first love, Atlas Corrigan, a man who represents the hope and innocence of her past. As she navigates her relationships with Ryle and Atlas, Lily finds herself facing some of the toughest decisions of her life. But this isn't just a love story. The novel delves deeply into the complexities of abusive relationships, highlighting the challenges of breaking free from cycles of abuse. Lily's journey is about recognizing her own worth and fighting for herself, even when love complicates her choices. As the story unfolds, Lily must decide whether to stay in a toxic relationship with Ryle or fight for the life she deserves. Let's take a look at the characters a little more closely. So we have Lily Bloom. Lily is strong. She's compassionate and independent. At the start of the novel, she's hopeful and idealistic about love, but as the story progresses, we see her struggle with her feelings for Ryle and the impact his actions have on her. She represents the internal battle many people face when love becomes complicated by toxic behavior. As a character, Lily's strength and growth are the heart of the novel, making her one of the most relatable and empowering characters in contemporary fiction. Now we have Ryle. Ryle is a charming character that is hard to love at times, yet easy to understand. He is a man with a dark side struggling with issues from his past and his present. His charm and vulnerability make him initially attractive, but his flaws quickly surface. The complexity of Ryle's character shows the blurred lines between love and control, and his evolution, or lack thereof, is a key part of Lily's emotional journey. Then we have Atlas. Atlas represents Lily's first love, and his presence in the story is a symbol of hope, safety, and unconditional love. However, his past is marked by hardship, and he's not the perfect man that Lily remembers. His relationship with Lily is a beautiful, slow-burning romance that contrasts with her chaotic connection with Ryle. Atlas is the grounding force in Lily's life, but he also represents the difficulties of trying to move forward from past trauma. Let's talk about some of the themes that are explored in this. So we have love versus abuse. At its core, It Ends With Us is about the power dynamics in relationships. Hoover does not shy away from depicting the painful realities of domestic abuse, showing the way it can be hard to recognize and harder to escape. The novel explores how love can be both healing and destructive, especially when it's intertwined with manipulation, guilt, and control. Then we have self-worth and growth. One of the most empowering aspects of It Ends With Us is Lily's growth. As the story progresses, she learns to take control of her life and understands that she deserves a love that is kind, respectful, and healthy. This message resonates deeply with readers, especially those who have been in toxic relationships before. Then we have the theme of forgiveness and moving forward. Another important theme is the idea of forgiveness, both of others and of oneself. Lily's journey is not just about standing up to Ryle, but also about forgiving herself for the choices she's made. The book ultimately portrays the difficulty of moving forward from the past and how forgiving oneself is often the first step toward healing. And now let's kind of talk about behind the scenes and the cast drama and legal battles that have been happening. In August 2024, the highly anticipated film adaptation of It Ends With Us hit theaters, starring Blake Lively as Lily Bloom and Justin Baldoni as Ryle Kincaid. Baldoni also directed the film under his production company, Wayfarer Studios. The movie was a commercial success, grossing over $350 million worldwide, which speaks to the deep connection audiences have to the story. However, behind the scenes, the production was marred by controversy. Tensions between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni became public during the film's promotional tour. Lively filed a lawsuit in December 2024 accusing Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios of sexual harassment. She claimed that Baldoni made inappropriate comments and pressured her into unscripted intimate scenes. Baldoni responded with a defamation lawsuit claiming that Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist had to attempt to extort him and damage his reputation. The lawsuit sparked a media frenzy and has been described as one of Hollywood's most publicized disputes in years. The behind-the-scenes drama has overshadowed what should have been a celebratory moment for the film, adding a layer of complexity to its release. Even though we had lots of drama with the movie, I still think it's very important to realize how beautiful this book is and the complexities of the book. And Colleen Hoover's success isn't just limited to It Ends With Us. Fans are eagerly anticipating more of her novels being brought to life on screen. Here are some of her upcoming adaptations that are generating buzz. We have Verity, directed by Michael Showalter and starring Anne Hathaway, Josh Hartnett, and Dakota Johnson. Verity is set to release on May 15th, 2026. This psychological thriller filled with twists and dark secrets will have fans on the edge of their seats. Then we have Regretting You, directed by Josh Boone. Regretting You stars Allison Williams, McKenna Grace, Dave Franco, and Scott Eastwood. It's set to release on October 24th, 2025. This adaptation will bring life to Hoover's exploration of love, loss, and second chances. These adaptations are highly anticipated as Hoover's emotionally charged stories continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. Keep an eye out for these films as they are sure to spark just as much conversation as It Ends With Us. And speaking of exciting releases, let's shift gears to another big piece of book news that is making waves right now, especially for Harry Potter fans. Exciting news for Potterheads. HBO has officially revealed the new cast for its upcoming Harry Potter television series. Here's the rundown on the stars. Dominic McLaughlin will play Harry Potter. Arabelle Stanton takes on Hermione Granger. Alastair Stowett will play Ron Weasley. These young actors were selected from over 30,000 auditionees in an extensive casting process. The series is expected to be a faithful adaptation of J.K. Rowling's 7-book saga, with each season dedicated to one of the books. Filming is set to begin in summer 2025, and fans can expect to see the series premiere in 2026. Go check out online for all the other cast members that have been announced as well. It's going to be so exciting. Now let's jump into our listener Q&A. This week's question is, what was your impression of Xavier and Samantha's first meeting? Why did they butt heads to start with? That is a great question. I listened to this book through an audiobook, and I really loved how they had the male voice actor and the female voice actor narrating at the same time, because it wasn't just the male voice actor doing the female's voice, it was hearing both of them. And I really loved the turmoil in Xavier's head when he was thinking how beautiful she was, but also kind of being a stinker to her because he didn't like her decision about the cat. And it was just really fun to hear it like that. Well, that wraps up today's episode of Dragons and Spaceships. We've explored the journey of It Ends With Us from page to screen, delved into the controversies surrounding its production, and looked ahead into Colleen Hoover's upcoming film adaptations. Remember, literature and film have the power to spark important conversations. Don't forget to comment or message your questions for a chance to be featured in next week's Q&A segment. Until next time, happy reading, stay curious, and may your TBR pile never stop growing.